All right, let's do this. Got a big exam breathing down your neck? Brain feeling like a pile of scrambled eggs? Perfect. You are in exactly the right place. We're about to go on a lightning-fast tour of the human brain to get you totally prepped. Look, we've all been there, right? It's the night before the psych exam, you're staring at a mountain of notes, and you're thinking, how on earth am I going to remember the difference between the hippocampus and the hypothalamus? The pressure is real. You need the important stuff, and you need it now. Well, don't you worry, we've got you covered. Seriously, think of this as your secret weapon, your personal study guide. We're just going to hit the brain's greatest hits, the stuff you absolutely have to know. Stick with me, and you're going to walk into that exam feeling way more confident. Okay, first stop on our tour, we're starting at the bottom with the oldest, most basic part of your brain. This is your brain's survival kit. You know, the stuff that was keeping us alive long before things like exams were even a thing. Its whole job is just one thing: keeping you alive. So first up, meet the medulla. It's right there at the base of your brainstem, and honestly, it's the unsung hero. It handles all the stuff you never, ever want to have to think about. Your heart beating, your lungs breathing. Yep, that's all the medulla. Pretty important, right? And this is the best way to think about it. It's your body's life support system. It's the automatic pilot that just keeps everything running. No joke, if this part gets damaged, it's game over. So for your exam, when you see medulla, you should immediately think vital, automatic survival functions. Got it? Okay, moving on up, right above the medulla, you've got the pons. Now, fun fact, pons is literally Latin for bridge. And guess what? That's exactly what it does. It's the bridge that helps coordinate movements between the left and right sides of your body. Oh, and it's also involved in sleep and dreaming. So pons equals bridge. And now for the cerebellum, that kind of cauliflower-looking thing at the back. This is your master of smooth, coordinated movement. You know how you can just walk without thinking left foot, left foot, or how you can ride a bike without toppling over? That's your cerebellum. It's where all those how-to memories, those implicit memories, are stored. Okay, test yourself. Let's see if you're getting this. If an exam question describes someone who suddenly has terrible balance and can't walk in a straight line, what part of the brain is probably damaged? Go on, think about it. Got it? It's the cerebellum, absolutely. That's its whole jam: smooth movement and balance. All right, we've covered the survival kit. Now we're moving up into the brain's emotion and memory hub, the limbic system. This is where things get juicy. We're talking emotions, drives, and, super important for you right now, memory. First in the limbic system is the thalamus. I want you to picture a crazy busy switchboard operator from an old movie. Every single thing you see, hear, taste, or touch, all that information comes here first. The thalamus then sorts it all and routes it to the correct part of the brain. It's the sensory relay station, but there's one exception. The sense of smell gets to bypass the thalamus. It's a total VIP. Tucked just below the thalamus is the tiny but super powerful hypothalamus. Seriously, don't let its size fool you. For your exam, this one is easy. Just remember the 4 F's. It regulates fight or flight, feeding, and, fornication or sexual behavior. It's the hub for all your basic survival drives. Next door, you've got these 2 little almond-shaped clusters called the amygdala. And hey, another easy mnemonic for you. Just think of the 3 A's: anger, aggression, and afraid. You know, fear. The amygdala is basically your brain's alarm system, constantly scanning for threats and handling those big, intense emotions. And now we come to the part of your brain that is your absolute best friend right now, the hippocampus. Listen up, this is key. The hippocampus is responsible for forming new explicit memories. It's the thing that takes all this information you're learning and helps save it for later. It's like the save button for your memories. No, literally, right now, as you are watching and listening, your hippocampus is working overtime to turn all this stuff into long-term memories for your exam. How cool is that? So yeah, maybe you give your hippocampus a little mental high five. It's doing great. Okay, now for the big kahuna, the cerebral cortex. You know that wrinkly outer layer that covers everything else? That's it. This is the most evolved part of our brain, and it's where all the really complex, high-level thinking happens. We're talking planning, language, problem solving, all this smart stuff. So this cortex is divided into 4 main sections, or lobes. And here's a simple way to remember them. SPOT. F is for frontal, right at the front. P is for parietal, kind of on the top back. O is for occipital, all the way on the back, that's for vision. And T is for temporal, on the sides, right by your temples. F pot. Easy. Now let's talk language because this always comes up on tests. In the left hemisphere, for most of us, there are two key language centers. You've got Broca's area, which helps you produce speech. A good way to remember it is if Broca's is broken, your speech is broken. Then there's Wernicke's area, which is all about understanding speech. So think, Broca's is for speaking, Wernicke's is for comprehending. Okay, quiz time again. Imagine a question about someone who suddenly starts making terrible decisions, can't plan ahead, and has zero impulse control. Which part of the brain are we talking about? Hint, it's at the very front. It's the prefrontal cortex, part of the frontal lobe. It's like the CEO of your brain, making all the big executive decisions. All right, we're on the home stretch. For our last section, we're going to tackle two really fascinating concepts: split brain research and this incredible idea called neuroplasticity. Basically, what happens when you cut the brain in two, and how does your brain literally rewire itself? Okay, the split brain stuff can seem tricky, but here's the key takeaway. What you see in your left eye goes to the right side of your brain and vice versa. Now, for most people, language lives in the left hemisphere. So if you flash an image of an apple to a split brain patient's left eye, the info goes to their nonverbal right brain. They will literally say, "I saw nothing." But their left hand, controlled by that right brain, can totally draw a picture of an apple. It's wild, right? This leads us to one of the most important concepts in all of psychology, neuroplasticity. And it all boils down to this one famous saying: cells that fire together wire together. All that means is that when you learn or do something, the brain cells involved get better at communicating. You are physically changing your brain's wiring. It's not a metaphor, it's real. And if you want proof, look no further than London cab drivers. To get their license, they have to memorize this insanely complex map of the city. And studies found that the part of their hippocampus responsible for spatial memory was physically bigger than in other people. Their brains literally grew and changed to handle the new skill. That is neuroplasticity. And one last thing, super important. Let's bust a huge pop psychology myth. You've probably heard someone say, "Oh, I'm so right-brained and creative," or "I'm left-brained and logical." It's not really a thing. Yes, some functions are more dominant on one side, but for almost everything you do, your two hemispheres are constantly talking and working together. You use your whole brain. So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. As you go back to studying, just remember that every new fact you learn, every concept that clicks, it's literally rewiring your brain. You're building a stronger, more connected brain. So what new connections are you going to build today? You got this. Now go crush that exam.